I'm moving around to make sure that I get opinion from the opinion shapers, and I'm so glad that I'm with the technical director of Football Kenya Federation, and karibu sana coach ndani ya Monday Blitz.
Asante sana.
Coach, kwanza congratulations your appointment. Unaisikiaje hivyo?
No, kwanza nashukuru na ni kazi ambayo lazima ifanyike, ni kazi nyingi, lazima tujaribu tuisukume, tuone kama tuweze patia msukumo unaofaa, at least tuweze kuendeleza ball vizuri kabisa, so tutapambana nayo. Si kazi rahisi, manake ni kazi inataka utendaji wa kazi na watu wengi. Unajua ni kitu ni level tofauti, si level ya uwanjani peke yake. Sasa ni level tofauti na ni level ambayo inataka tasemaje, inataka kujituma kabisa, na level ambayo inataka mtu ajitume zaidi.
Coach, team imecheza under 17, another win. What is your take kwa game hiyo ambayo tumewin leo dhidi ya Uganda?
Watoto wanacheza vizuri, na kitu muhimu unajua hizi ni qualifiers na ni knockouts ya. Kwa hivyo ukianza kufanya kama vile wamefanya, manake mkondo wa kwanza huu na wa pili wamerudia hapa nyumbani na wamepata point 6, magoli 5. Nafikiri hiyo ni it's a very good stuff, ama ni good results kabla tuende kwa the next game against Cameroon. Sinafikiria ni kujiandaa zaidi, manake Cameroon pia wanafikiria walifunga mabao 6 na wakafungwa moja. Sisi tumefunga mabao 5, hatujafungwa bao, kumaanisha already we have a strong team. Ni ku strengthen tu kabisa, na believe na kwamba tunaweza tena rudi tena kule World Cup bado.
Coach, Cameroon normally wanatusumbua, and the results against Ethiopia is not encouraging to Kenyans. What should you expect kwa your game? And then pia wengi walikuwa wanaongea kuhusu the body mass ama body size ya Cameroon. Do you think that hiyo inaweza kuwa disadvantage kwetu?
Kuna ile kitu hatuwezi, lazima tukubali that physically they have a different, ukiangalia the attributes za physical kwa age yetu na age yao ya hiyo age ya 17, kidogo kuna tofauti ya watoto wao wakiwa na hiyo miaka wana mwili kuliko watoto wetu. Lakini nafikiria pia football, as much as there is the physical element that hatuwezi tukaiweka kando. So we use our strength is that we can move, technically we can play. So if we move faster and make few mistakes when we have the ball, tutawapiga tu.
So kuna chance tunaweza win.
Kuna uwezekano watatusumbua, lakini nafikiria pia timu yetu hii pia tuko na watoto 3 kwenye hii timu, wale walikuwa World Cup last tournament. Kwa hivyo hiyo pia ni experience iko pale ndani yetu, na bado watoto wanazidi kuwa wazuri hao. Kwa hivyo mimi nafikiria ni kusukuma tu timu yetu mzuri, lakini timu iko watoto wazuri.
Coach, tunacheza dhidi ya Gabon 23rd. Nimekuona na coach katika tizi. First of all, how is the training session ya Harambee Stars, and what should Kenyans expect tukicheza na Gabon na Moso tunarudi nyumbani after a very long time?
Maandalizi ya Harambee Stars sitayaongelea sana hapa, manake hiyo ni coach mkuu anafaa kuiongelea zaidi, lakini nimekuwa naye pale kwenye camp kidogo, nikimkaribisha uwanjani ndio aweze kujua wachezaji. So I've done my part kama kumintroduce, na ako very much impressed na wachezaji wale wamefika pale na vile wamejipresent kwake, na surprising aliniambia hata si vile alikuwa akiambiwa, sio vile anaona the quality is even higher than he thought before, which is already a big plus kwetu, kumaanisha kuna kazi tumefanya, na hiyo yote ni kongole kwa makocha wote local, kumaanisha wanapambana sana, because wale tulianza nao wote purely ni local players, but alikuwa very much impressed na the quality that tulileta karibu, na wale aliona, na pia attitude na impression ya wachezaji ilikuwa very okay. So mengine ya kupanga ya mechi ya nini, hiyo sitamuongelelea, lakini bado wanajipanga.
Coach, thanks for kuongea na Monday.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful Monday morning. Karibu sana kwenye Monday Blitz We do hope you've had yourself a beautiful weekend. We have so much to talk about, including Manchester United wachukua number 13. But today, we start with our girls. Naona tumepiga lugu gani Because waliamua kudefend migingo from land, sea, air. Uganda, bye-bye. Walipigwa Mukono aggregate. We are here. Of course, I'm not doing this alone. Tunaanzia hapa. Niko na double K, the straight shooting double K. Found on Manchester. Atatuambia kama ni City ama ni United. All right? Fred Arocho, the man who says it as it is, aka Twiga. Sura mbaya roho safi. Mtu wa Manchester.
Kama pamba.
All right. Let me give you your introduction. Anyway.
No, you're forgetting the kama pamba.
Kama pamba. Roho safi kama pamba.
Thank you.
Okay, ni vile tu wewe na pamba kidogo.
Roho ndio roho.
Hapo karibiani. He's happy. Manchester United at least ilipata mnyonge mwenzake ikapiga. And of course, Innocent Mutiso, the one and only. Huyu, beyond being a pundit, kumbuka huyu alishinda ligi ya Kenya na Mathare United, the golden generation ya 2008. Bado akaishinda akiwa na Gor Mahia, wale wakisema gini wasekao. He did it, and on top of it, he's still an activist because it is through his leadership at the Welfare Footballers Association wa Kenya, aka KEFWA, that my player wa Kenya sasa get to enjoy what they enjoy today in terms of their relationship with their football teams. So, all right? Kabisa. And of course, we do this show na wewe pia. We want you to be part of the show, and that's why we're asking you the question of the day. Do you think, vile uliona Julius Starlets wakicheza, do you think wana qualify kwenye World Cup? Do you think Junior Starlets can qualify for the World Cup? Of course, tuko na mguu moja tayari ndani, tunabakia mguu moja ingie. I start this one with you, Double K. Of course, we will talk about Liverpool and the bottlers they are, because we told you they are bottlers. And Arocho was very, very sensational in defending them. Double K.
Yes.
Kwanza na wasichana wetu. How did that game make you feel? Do you think wana qualify? Ama washa qualify?
Personally, I think yesterday's match was superb. Looking at how the game started, of course, Kenya scored an early goal, by the way, in the 5th minute. So we can say we started quite well. As for qualifying, I think we have what it takes. Looking at how the girls were playing, looking at the coordination, how the football itself, they were playing such kind of football that we normally don't get to see in Kenya, especially with the national team. So for me, I feel like we will qualify for sure, and of course we are facing Cameroon. And looking at Cameroon, their qualifying fixtures, they were facing Ethiopia, which they managed to win 6-2 on aggregate. But looking at Team Kenya and what Mildred Cheche has done with that team, and of course I have to give it up to the coaches, the high school coaches. Of course they have nurtured those girls and given them to Mildred Cheche. We can see what she has done. She has made history with Team Kenya, and I believe that with how things are looking and how well prepared we are for the World Cup, we're gonna qualify again. I have 100% belief in that.
All right, Twiga. Oh, in the introduction, I did not mention Twiga. You see it before it happens. Have you seen this one?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to congratulate the ladies. They played so well. Dante, prepare my clip with the ladies, the top shotters, top shotter, Dante, top shotter.
Now, please reduce your violence. Kuna mtu amekuuliza Facebook swali, umemtiririkia hapo chini.
No, you get it. You get it the way you want it. You don't attack me and expect me just to keep quiet. Ukianza vita, you'll get it.
Be ready for it.
Back to serious issues. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate the ladies.
Yes.
I was with these ladies in Dominican Republic. About 4 or 5 of them are still in this team. 2 weeks ago, in fact, I never mentioned it anywhere. I never posted it anywhere. Me and some friends of mine went to their camp and we donated 30 pair of boots to these ladies before they went to Uganda. And that's where we came up with the top shotter chorus. Because they told me, Arocho, any goal we'll score, will celebrate with the top shotter. And you remember when the 2 goals they scored in Uganda, you could see them using that top shotter kind of a slogan. But coming back to qualification, it is going to be an uphill task for Kenya. Why am I saying so? Look at the fact that the Cameroonians won their matches, the 2 matches. One in Yaoundé where they won 4-2? And then they went to Ethiopia and won 1-0. There's something that I looked at and I was so scared of these ladies. These ladies are so big. They're so muscular.
Yes.
Their body mass is way up there. For me, that might be our problem.
They've eaten a lot of fufu.
I don't want to set it with fufu. For me, I think, first of all, West Africa, their natural body structure is big and is to their advantage. I saw this with the Koreans in the World Cup. We are very good players, but we are very tiny players. That, for me, is my problem. We need to get good friendlies before we play. I think in a month's time, in mid-April, we are going to play Cameroon. But once again, our body size, for me, is our main undoing. I don't know what you're going to do. You cannot train for your body size, your mass, and your physical prowess. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our problem. Our first match, I think, will be in Nairobi. Then we'll go to Yaoundé. I'm not really certain. I don't want to look like I'm being the bad guy, the bad cop here, but I'm not certain of our qualification.
Well, we watch your clip now.
Yes, we can watch the top shotter. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Before we watch it, actually, I bring in Mutiso. Mutiso, kila kitu ni strategy. You know, yes, these Cameroonians could be big physically, but also as a okay, allow me to use this one. You as a footballer, haukuwa mkubwa hivyo, si ndio? But still, we knew ukigusa ball umeenda. You know? So what technique do you think can be applied?
Well, what used to work for me, because I was really tiny. Actually, when I was in school, I used to be called shortcut. Because when I got into Form 1, I went straight to the school team. And there was no exceptional player who could get in the school team if you're not in Form 3. So it was a really good thing that they interested me in being in the school team while I was in Form 1. So being tiny, I don't think it can be a huge hindrance because I was tiny, but you see, I used to use my strengths, and all my coaches used to tell me, use your strengths, and my strength was speed. It was only speed. And in Kenya, what works for us? What are we good in? Our best export is athletics. So we are our genes are actually athletic, and that is the strength that we're supposed to use when we face this Cameroon. You know, the master of dark arts, Mikel Arteta, has taught us a lot of things. Whenever we were going to play, whenever Arsenal was going to play against Liverpool at Anfield, you'll hear him, you'll see him in training putting speakers on the pitch to bring that atmosphere of the cup. Of the fans of at Anfield, and at times the goalkeepers also and the defenders, they are forced to play basketball in order to try and acclimatize and be good in the air, have a good flight. So Coach Mildred Cheche has her work cut out. Cameroon, yes, they are known to be big, but how do you outsmart big people? By speed. And our ladies, we saw yesterday, I saw the game online, and we have a lot of speed, especially on our wings, and that is the strength that you're supposed to use. And if I can maybe steal something from Mildred Cheche, maybe Amwa Kenya, maybe get them to train with boys. It's worked before. When I was at City Stars, we were training with Corazon Aquino. Look at her right now. You cannot say that she's playing 100% like a lady. She gained more experience and playing against men. And that's why it's working for her so good right now in Tanzania and also in the Kenya national team. So if Mildred Cheche can start even getting to these dark arts, I'm sure we can find a way to outsmart Cameroon. Even if they're big, there's always a way. This is the game of football, you know. I mean, a month ago, Liverpool were gunning for the perfect treble, and right now they're only in one cup competition. So anything in football can happen.
True. They started with a quadruple actually. Then the FA went and they said, you know what? It's the treble. And right now, they said 2 domestic cups. Right now, it's the league. Anyway, let us listen to what Coach Mildred Cheche had to say. Then we come back. Okay, tukingojaga Coach Mildred Cheche onge double K.
Wrong turn.
There's what Arocho has mentioned, there's what Mutiso has said in terms of physicality. You know, I also wanted Mutiso to talk about his short power, because yes, he was tiny, but akipiga mpira, it was 99% sure that keeper atashika ball, probably ataipari. So what you've seen, Arocho is raising a very big concern, which is true, that Sisi, we are tiny and we are playing very big players. What other thing do you think can be deployed to give us an advantage?
You know, as we go on this match, we already know the strengths of Cameroon. You know, that is an added advantage to us. So I think that Mildred Cheche should definitely work on that. Because yes, as it has been said, those girls are big, their physique, you know. I was a footballer once. I know what it is a tough one, especially dealing, if you are a striker, you are dealing with defenders who have big bodies. Of course, they're going to give you one body and you are down there. But looking at our ladies and the game that we played yesterday, even as you look at Uganda, the Teen Cranes, you can see even them, they are not that they are weak, no. They had good body, and you could see that Team Kenya, we were making some space and using that to advantage. I think that if our team is going to use our strengths as we face Cameroon, we have a chance. And that's why I say that I believe that Team Kenya, we can qualify. Because we know that those girls, they are big and whatever. But as us, we have the speed. Yes. Our girls have coordination. Come on. Because I was there, I witnessed the game. You could see that the midfield and the attack, they were coordinating so well. There was a lot of teamwork. That's why I am going on with that belief that Team Kenya, we have a chance to qualify.
All right. Arocho, let's talk about the fans and the support for the girls. You know, that is something else. You know, that is something else that can influence the game. Tukianzia kwanza Nairobi, tujaze kiwanja properly, and we make sure. You see the way Mutiso was mentioning the COP at Anfield, we are like that at Nairobi. Like, we make so much noise, make sure our Cameroon wameogopa game. What advantage do you think sisi kama fans we can give our girls?
I was so disappointed with our fans yesterday. Though there were excuses, but I was so disappointed. This is the only team that has given us that World Cup feel. And yet we could not really turn out to support our girls. Yes, there was a handful of fans, but I believe that we can do better as a country. We need to make sure that we throng the stadium and make sure that we staff our opponents. Second, I also like to challenge the government. Look at the fact that these ladies went to Dominican Republic. There was nothing significant that they were given to either reward them or give them that morale booster. I'm so disappointed with my government because I had some talk with the players who were in the World Cup. I think other than the allowances that they were given, there was nothing more. Surely, guys, this is a team that did us proud. They went to State House.
First football team
yes.
to qualify for World Cup.
Yes, they went to State House. Something significant should have been done. Why can't you even give these ladies $1 million shillings each to appreciate them? That is about 30 million shillings. It is nothing
or a house.
Much. It is nothing.
Or a house, the affordable houses.
But still,
they can be given the affordable houses. Like what happens in Uganda.
It is no.
What happens in
Uganda?
No,
Children. A house
through their parents.
Through their parents, they can be given
houses. You understand?
Yes.
You don't expect. You know, these ladies were only given allowances when they went to Dominican Republic for crying out loud, surely. And once again, our fans.
Yes.
And our federation.
Aboka fans, Mimi.
Federation.
I have something to say about
No, I think the federations were messed yesterday.
Yes, big time. And it should have
postponed the match.
Yes, the match that was played in Machakos
Shabana versus
should have been played on Saturday.
Yeah, very true.
So that
not just the match in Machakos, the entire weekend. You know, postponed your fixtures for these girls.
No. Shatta.
Starlets played. Remember when Starlets played Tunisia at Ulinzi? There were still Premier League matches happening.
No. Shatta, you cannot.
You need to balance the national team.
No.
Let me ask you, if today Harambee Stars was playing, okay?
Shatta.
Do you have the league still?
No. Shatta, you cannot stop the league. Wait, you cannot stop the entire league.
Why?
Wait, you cannot stop the entire league for one match. What you can do is that specific day, if it's on a Sunday, make sure that Nairobi and its environs. You cannot stop a match in Kakamega for an international match here. You understand?
Okay.
But when there's a match in Nairobi, an international match,
yes,
let's stop matches in Machakos, let's stop matches in the surroundings,
yes,
so that fans, for example, the fans that were in Machakos yesterday, watching FC Leopards and Shabana, they could have helped fill that stadium.
Very true, very true.
The federation must also observe and respect the national team.
That's true.
When we are having our assignment, like for example, when we are playing Gabon on Sunday, and that's why FIFA made sure that when the national team is playing, everything else stops.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why they brought the 10 days FIFA window.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. FKF, yes, you're still new in office, but these small things must be noted.
They do
so
matter.
that, guys, we give our ladies the support that they need.
Very true.
That's true.
I agree with you.
Let us watch you with the celebration and the fans and also Mildred Cheche. I'll have to Rudy.
The game is over. Kenya's won against Uganda. First of all, what's your name? And tell us something. You're a Ugandan?
Yeah, I'm Ugandan. Jean-Paul. Social media J5 Bowler. And to be honest, Ugandan women team is still coming up. You know what I mean? So like, compared to the men's team, so far we have done well. And I'm actually proud of our team. So I can't complain at all.
Is this the first time that Uganda is participating in the youth category for women?
On my side, I don't really watch women's football like that, but I decided to come support my country. So I don't know if it's the first time, but if it is, they're playing very well, and I'll say keep going, to be honest.
What can you say about Kenya?
Kenya, football is good. Football is good, and most especially after hiring the new manager of Man United, the men's team, I can't wait to see how you guys are going to play. But Ugandan men's team versus Kenya, that's what I want.
Thank you very much, and all the best, my brother. We had to beat you, because without beating you, we could not have made it to the next round.
Today was luck. That's what I'll say. Do you know why? We are not just leveled up women's team, but we're coming. Next round, we're coming.
Thank you very much, my brother. I call you Sebo or Nyebo?
Sebo.
Sebo. Thank you.
So, Uganda amepigwa lakini bado aumpe ruhusa ya kupumua.
Pewe.
All right, okay. Talking about celebrations, Arocho amesema walienda wakapeana boots na wasichana wakasema wakifunga watapiga celebration hatari. Let us see that celebration for those ones that did not see it. No, continue, Arocho. Continue.
You know, now you know.
Top shorter.
Wait, you know now you know.
Shorter.
What we did,
Yes.
and some few friends of mine, we didn't want it to go public.
Okay.
We went for one of their friendlies. These girls were losing their grip, falling down now and again. Then we talked to a few officials in the federation. Why not? 30 pair of boots, tukawapelekea tukasema we are not going to talk about it. Because when you do something for your country, you don't need to be praised. But I'm responding to what you're saying. Somebody on Facebook was on my case that I don't support Kenyan football. That's when I had to tell him, surely, I took 30 pair of boots to these ladies before they went to Uganda.
Thank you very much for your patriotism. Na ukamuuliza Bochi naye amefanya nini?
Hapo sasa.
We need to listen to Cheche.
It's a noble thing what Arocho did.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's a service to the country.
Yes.
You know, some things should not go unnoticed.
Yes.
And we have noticed, we have raised eyebrows, and it was a noble thing. And I wish more people will come in and help Kenyan football, just like Arocho has done.
That's very true. Thank you very much. You know, we say hata slogan inakuaga ni for God and country, yes? Beautiful. Let us listen to the Junior Starlets coach Mildred Cheche, what she had to say after the game.
Tunaweza make it Na pia sisi tulijua kweli kama away tulipata win, home ni possible because tuko na fans, tuko home na tulijua itakuwa easy. So I'm also happy because tuko ready next to face Cameroon.
Of course, when we played our away match, there were some gaps and we had to fill them in training. And also we had our best players who were not able to compete physically, but once we got someone like Asiko who could hold the ball for the rest to join in, and then it made the team comfortable in attack, and then we got our first goal immediately. And then now bringing in Brenda as a game changer, I think it summed up everything.
Full. You know, Cameroon, me, in my opinion, is beatable. Because walishinda na aggregate ya 6-2, meaning wana concede mabao. Si tulishinda na aggregate ya 5-0, meaning our defense is tight. Alright? Anyway, we need now to switch gears and talk about Harambee Stars. Actually, I was very happy to see the Harambee Stars coach in that game. You know, this support is what we are talking about, like a 360 kind of support. You know, this game will be played on 4th of April in Cameroon, and we start it in Nairobi. Guys, and the federation, we need to start rallying for fans to be on that pitch from today. You know, we need to have fans, like Nyayo Stadium has to be fully packed. Kiwanja imerenovatiwa inakaa vizuri. Yesterday was the first game being played at Nyayo Stadium after a very long time. I pray that the federation knows this and understands this. We pack that stadium on the 4th of April. Cameroon, hata firimbi ya referee wasisikie. Tupige kelele, yani hata firimbi ya referee hivi wasisikie. We win the game at home, tuende kwa tutafute draw. And we win it here convincingly. Let's take a short break. We shall be right back. Keep it Monday Blitz on TV47.
Our world is changing every day, and so should we, for the better. Each week, we tackle the big why, the question that should be on everyone's mind. Why isn't this fixed yet? Deforestation, global warming, and the adverse effects of climate change. The future isn't just something that we inherit, it's something that we create. Join us on The Green Fix as we tell the stories of those who refuse to give up. When it comes to fixing the planet, there is no time to waste. Join me, Shiksha Aurora, on Thursdays at 9 p.m. on The Green Fix as we look into the big why, you and I.
For comprehensive information and education on your health, Body Garage is here.
Don't allow anyone to pluck out your good tooth as long as it is strong and stable.
Cancer doesn't start today and you get the symptoms tomorrow. By the time you pick it or the time it is manifesting in you, probably will be there about 5 to 10 years.
The eye is the window to the rest of the body.
Don't forget to stay hydrated.
And of course, you at home, do take your water.
So
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Monday Blitz on TV47, and if you're joining us, Sai, karibu sana. Remember, we had asked you a question of the day: do you believe the junior starlets will qualify for the World Cup? Remember, we need to play against Cameroon, 4th and the 25th. In the 4th, we play in Nairobi. 25th, we go to Yaoundé in Cameroon. All right. Do you think we will qualify? Of course, we know the challenges that we are facing. Is that Cameroon are a very physical team. What do you think? Also, you can add kwa comment zako. What do you think we should do? Because hata mchwa naweza kaangusha ndovu. Tulete maoni yako. What do you think we can do to conquer Cameroon? Because we believe we can. We just need a strategy. All right? As you talk Mutiso now, I want to introduce Harambee Stars in the story now. Because team sijui kama bado imetravel, lineup ilitoka, which sio federation imepost, iko tu kwa mtandao. And of course kumekuwa na story, people are saying, you know, mbona kuja kuwa na local based players, because kwa ile list tuliona only 5 out of 25 are local based players, 20 are foreign based players. And of course it has been less than a month that Benny McCarthy has been in charge of Harambee Stars. Na ameenda assignment. What is your take on this?
Well, to summarize this, you know, I was with some friends of mine from Moranga, talking about Sarah, Nick, and Emma. And they were talking about in Kenya how the girls are really showing their prowess.
Yes.
When it comes to rugby, the Lionesses are impressing. They topped in South Africa. Mm-hmm. When you look at the ladies under 17 and also the senior team, they are making strides. They qualified for the World Cup under 17, and they are on the verge of also qualifying for the AFCON and World Cup the second time successfully. So the men should now take note. They should look at the ladies and see where they're going wrong. They should pull up their socks. And I think many Kenyans or Kenyan fans feel aggrieved that are taking concern of why do we have CHAN in August,
yes,
but we are taking only 5 local-based players for the qualifiers for AFCON. And when you look at our position, we are third on the log. And number 2 have left us with 4 points or 5 points, because we are on 4 points if I'm not wrong. Mm. Yes, and so they are feeling aggrieved because maybe we are not that close to qualifying for AFCON, but CHAN is just near the corner. Maybe they feel that he should have taken more local players to prepare for CHAN in August.
Arocho.
Personally, I think that the coach didn't get enough time. And of course, in the international duties these days, you don't really have a long time for you. But after these qualifiers, I believe that the federation should line up some friendlies for the coach to really feel his team, to really get to gauge himself and his players. And I'd like to echo Mutiso's sentiments. CHAN is just a few months from now. We need to start preparing for CHAN. Initially, I thought that the coach will pick most of the home-based players, because I believe that the World Cup for Kenya is a dead rubber. I don't think we'll qualify for the World Cup. Let's just be realistic. Our chances are very slim. But I'd like to also say that I'm commending the government of Kenya. Look at the fact that the team is traveling in a chartered plane tomorrow to Cote d'Ivoire. And because flying back to Nairobi before the return match could have been a nightmare, because we have a plane that leaves for Abidjan, but it only does, I think, twice a week. And by the time we were supposed to be back, that plane could have not been en route. So basically, the government is doing more than enough. We saw the other day when the team was going to Tunisia, we had a chartered flight for the ladies. Mm-hmm. Now that we are going to Cote d'Ivoire, we have a chartered flight. This shows that, yes, at times we blame the government, but the government is also doing a lot to make sure that our players are comfortable. So for me, this is just an outing for the coach to start, to feel his team, to really realize what he has in his team. I'm not expecting much from the result in Abidjan, but in Nairobi it will be big, because this is the first match we are playing in a long time, mm-hmm, at home. I believe that this will be a moment for McCarthy to expose himself. But over and above that, I think we are ready as a country as far as an infrastructure is concerned. I was so impressed with Nyayo yesterday. The playing surface is perfect. Mm-hmm. I think just some few touches here and there, and we'll be ready to go for CHAN.
All right, Double K. Arocho says it's dead rubber, but clearly Benny McCarthy does not see it that way.
Yeah.
Because he decided to go with tested and proven players for these fixtures. In your opinion, do you believe angeenda na vijana wadogo aanze kuprepare for CHAN, ama we still try until it's not possible? As long as it's mathematically possible, we keep trying.
That only goes for Arsenal. You know, those are the only fans who don't like
Shots fired.
They don't like facing things as they are. We are not doing that with the national team. There is no way we are going to do that now. Now, for me, I believe that Harambee Stars team are under a lot of pressure to perform, by the way. Having looking at our ladies, our national team, our under-17, I feel like they are feeling the heat. There's a lot of expectations from the Kenyan fans, of course. And looking at the World Cup qualifiers, I think as Team Kenya, we started on the wrong foot. Looking at the games we have played at the qualifiers, you know, we have only managed to get 5 points out of 4 games. I think that is where we slipped in the from the word go. But me, I'm just behind McCarthy, and I just believe that let us give him time. And him taking the squad, you know, it's looking at the matches against Gambia and Gabon. Yes, at Kenya, of course, we have a lot of expectations, but going out there, those are new players. Of course, we're going to see a new squad, the squad which has not played together for a long time. But all we can say is that as a patriot, as a Kenyan, I just have a belief, and I believe that our team, maybe we can, although we have a slight chance to qualify, but we still have hope and belief. And of course, with CHAN coming up, I think that is where we should head most of our focus in. Because about World Cup qualifiers, we are in the balance, but anything is possible. This is football, of course. Anything can happen.
I agree.
There is something called a new coach bounce in football. There is something called a new coach bounce, and we have a new coach. Don't you think this new coach bounce can carry us?
I think the new coach bounce only applies when it comes to the league. When the games are coming thick and fast. You know, right now he has time. Yes. And I believe in the coach being given time. And I really wish that Benny McCarthy has been given like a 5 or 6 year contract to instill his philosophy, to get his team, if it's a team he wants to build, to bring in the youngsters. And I like that he has he took some players from the under-20 national team. And that shows that he's putting faith in some of the youth. But you see, he has Kimanzi as an advisor, who's the director, recently appointed director for development of football in Kenya. And I was hoping, or I thought, that the bulk of the players would be the ones who played in the Mapinduzi Cup. You know, in Kenya, what ails Kenyan football mostly, or one of the major things, is consistency. And you'd find that when a team performs well and then fails at the last hurdle, the next team will be a totally new team. Even Engine Firat, he didn't have a first 11. We need Benny McCarthy to have a first 11. I really hope that, I had hoped that the bulk of the players who are going to play away in Ivory Coast and also against Gabon, the bulk of the players will be from Mapinduzi Cup, because they were mostly local-based players in preparation for the CHAN in August. But I can echo the sentiments of KK, and apart from what she said about Arsenal. But when you look at the log, the World Cup qualifiers table, we are 4th with 5 points. Burundi is above us with 7 points. Number 2 is Gabon with 9 points. And number 1 is Ivory Coast on 10 points. So it's unrealistic that we will qualify for World Cup. It is true. Is the reality that we don't want to face. Unajua wa Kenya hatupendi ukweli pia, but hii ni ukweli. It's a Herculean task to qualify for the World Cup if right now we are 5 points off the top of the table. So it's time for preparation for CHAN in August, and we have to take it seriously. We have to, and I really hope that the federation will give Benny McCarthy time to get his first 11, to get his project, to get his team, and to win trophies for Kenya for the first time in a long time.
I don't think you should be worried about the federation giving him time. You should be worried about the fans giving him time, because the fans will not understand what you're talking about.
They
Yeah, we are saying-
they should
we are
borrow a leaf
saying
from Senegal.
the-
Aliou Cisse was given 8-year.
Yes,
8-year
that's what I'm
time.
telling you. The fans need to be educated.
Very
What
true.
you're saying.
I
And
agree, I agree.
That task is on the federation. You need to give us a plan and tell us, guys, maybe in 6 years we shall be going to the World Cup. That is what we are working towards.
But in Jean
Because the World
Firat-
Cup the World Cup is 1 year from now, the America World Cup. Then after that, 4 years, we shall be, there'll be another World Cup. So maybe you tell your fans right now, guys, this one, we inherited it halfway. We don't think it's going to be possible. Now give us time to qualify for the next World Cup.
Exactly.
You know, guys, we are going to be regulars in AFCON, not just to appear, but to compete.
Yeah.
Of course, next AFCON we shall be there as hosts, but we don't expect to be as hosts after all group stage. You know, we expect to be there and move on to the
Very true.
semis. Unaelewa? Like the federation needs now to talk to the fans and explain, bring fans on board. Where are we? What are we doing? Because right now, trust me, everyone is expecting a win. You know, because we believe we have a squad, we have a new coach, so we expect a win. If you don't communicate the process, like Arteta has done to Arsenal fans, if you do not communicate the process and tell us to trust the process,
We are in this
guys,
phase and that phase.
then you will know we are keyboard warriors pale kwenye Twitter, because tutajiachilia properly. But me, I believe this, guys. As long as it is mathematically possible, we keep trying. Unajua? Let us, of course, pia kitu ingine yenye nafurahisha is that you see debutants, you see new entrants to the national team, you know, at least ndio we need a consistent first 11, but vile tumesema, this is a new coach recruiting. Let him finish recruiting, then atupatie a stable first 11 yenye at least wakivaa jezi inaandikwa jina. Utembei na jezi ina jina because uko sure kama next time FIFA calendar ikifunguka utavaa hiyo jezi. Unaget? We need that as well. Now, before we proceed, I want us to bring in the Kenyan Premier League. I want us to talk about the game that happened in Machakos between FC Leopards and Shabana. But let us listen to Mohamed Bajaber about his national team call-up and what we expect.
Kila kitu imekuwa sawa. Tumefuata maelekezo. Vijana wako tayari kwenda kupambana. Watu
Niambia Bajaber umeweka waza.
Taski iko mbele yetu. Na kila mtu nikidhani anataka kucheza, kila mtu anataka kucheza to qualify kama Kenya, because ni dream yetu na tunataka ku represent our country in the World Cup in 2026. So mazoezi imekuwa poa and I think we are ready for the task. Najua matarajio ni mengi kwa mashabiki. Ukiangalia saa hii kuna a fresh start kwa federation. Na nikidhani that is the way to go, because a fresh start means fresh good things are coming. So miki tunajituma fans ni waendelee kutusupport, tushikane mkono kwa hii journey, na na believe na hii federation imekuja na makocha sasa tumeletewa, tuko nao, we will achieve something, because all we want is to make the Kenyans happy.
Tunahitaji young blood, the young players, fresh legs, but also the coach also believes in us, so we'll see how the final squad comes, but I'm sure even if not now, in the future these young stars will represent this nation. Yeah, training's been good, imekuwa intense, na coach akona ambition, which is a good thing, so he's always telling us his ambitions, what he wants from us and what he needs from us, so I'm looking forward to the coach's tenure, and it looks bright for Kenya, to be honest.
Huyu aliongea kwanza hapo ni Faruk Shikalo aka Waza, Kenya One. Unajua mimi na Waza tumetoka mbali sana. Hiyo nickname yake ya Waza, you know he was a striker before he became a goalkeeper. Okay. Tukicheza ball kitambo sana, Faruk Shikalo was a striker. And people started calling him Waza because of Rooney. You know, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
So akachukua nickname ya Waza. Then finally
That's why he's so good with his feet.
Yes, okay. Because he's played as an outfield player. Arocho, talk to me about the FC Leopards Shabana game.
First and foremost, I was disgusted with FC Leopards chairman and the chairman of branches. He's called Kuka. I could see
Franklin
Mbezi. They had issues. There was a scuffle. Yes, and it was captured on video. I think those are things that should not be captured in this age and time.
Yes.
I think they were having differences. They were throwing words at each other. You know, club officials should be people who give example. And when it reaches a point where two senior officials of a club go at each other's throat in broad light, surely, to me it's disgusting. It shows that we are not just there for football. Because if it's football, then you as officials from one team should be on the same side. But if there's something other than football, then perhaps that's the reason why that happened. Once again, good job to the fans. And I'll give kudos to Shabana fans once again and FC Leopard fans. Shabana fans, FC Leopard fans, irrespective of the previous match's result, you'll see them in the pitch. Look at this. This is what, for me, makes football. Football is it's not just about kicking the ball in the pitch. Football is about enjoying the ambience that comes with the fans feeling the stadiums. And this is what I was saying earlier, that the federation should make sure that when we have an international match, imagine these fans were now joined the fans at Nyayo. We could have given our ladies even more a push by attending those matches. I think FC Leopards is one of the teams in this league that is so underrated. FC Leopards is a good team, but I don't know what happens with Leopards officials. It's not only today. When Leopards is showing semblance of doing well, officials normally deflate it by their issues. And I don't know, I was in this show or I was in Radio 47, I think last week. Somebody said it, that you just wait. FC Leopards fans and officials are soon going to fight. And you saw it yesterday.
I was the one who told you this show.
You said it in this show, yes. You said it in this show.
FC Leopards' problems are more behind the scenes than on the pitch.
It was here on Monday.
It was here on Monday.
Olympia Musonye.
Yes.
It was here.
So I wonder what's wrong. I wish I could send Dante that video to show. I could see Shikanda being held by guys, Kuka up there. Surely, guys.
Actually, what Kuka told him is, I made you chairman. That's what I told him. I made you chairman when people didn't want you.
But
he said, go away.
Let me tell you.
6 years, we have not.
It's a very bad show.
Let me tell you. Kuka,
you don't do that.
Kuka has no business in football. You cannot tell Shikanda that he made him a chairman. Shikanda is a player. Shikanda is a legend. Kuka never kicked a ball anywhere. You know, pretenders are the people who mess up this game. You know, you cannot shout at Shikanda, and yet he played.
You say that as a Rocho.
No, I'm giving.
I not want violence.
I know Kuka. No, I know Kuka from the estates. Kuka never kicked a ball. Kuka is a boxer. So guys,
Rocho, you're talking about a boxer. Are you safe?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind. I will tell it. I normally say it as
it is.
You know,
Tell it as it is.
Shikanda contributed immensely in FC Leopard when he was a player.
Yes.
Shikanda has. Everybody has his shortfalls, but you cannot wake up and say you made me a
chairman.
Kuka had never kicked a ball.
But still, I can mobilize. I don't have to kick a ball to mobilize.
No, but you see,
double K, you need to wait on this one.
Some respect, you know, to a former footballer, the chairman of FC Leopards, the next Nairobi member, and he's a legend in Kenyan football, not only in FC Leopards, in Gor Mahia and Harambee Stars. So this is a former footballer who should be respected. At least show him show some decorum.
Thank you.
To him.
Thank you.
Show some decorum. At least you should have waited for them to go into the changing room, then confront him.
Not even in there.
Not when everyone is watching. In this time and age of technology, when everyone has a smartphone and will just capture everything that you're saying, it's not good for the players. The players are watching that. Your kids are watching that. So it's not good to disrespect a former footballer like that. And I think he should give a public apology because that was just a very bad showing. It was not good for FC Leopards. It was not a good show for Kenyan football.
That's very true. Actually, the word is maturity.
Yes.
The word is maturity. They need to show maturity. This could have waited, wapatane kwa boardroom, waulizane maswali.
Very true.
You know, once you fight in your boardrooms, but when you come out here, give us a product. you know, you could see how the media sponsor was proud of the crowd. Because before the game, they were posting videos on social media showing a fully packed Machakos Stadium, ready for the game. Now the game is over. Instead of us discussing the game and how FC Leopards is playing well, how Shabana is playing well, we are here talking about officials having a scuffle on the pitch.
It's so bad.
It is unfair to the players.
It's very unfair.
It is unfair to the players that are putting in the work every day on training to go give us a good game. It is unfair to the fans who traveled. Actually, I met FC Leopards fans in Donholm. They almost hijacked me. I was on my way to Radio 47 to do my show. They were almost taking me to Machakos by force. And I told them, guys, I am going on radio, please let me go. That is how determined they were to see their team. But now after the game, instead of celebrating them, we are here talking about the officials misbehaving. It's not fair.
And especially when the team is doing so well.
Before the KK comes in, I think Dante have sent him a short video.
Yes.
He can at least show what we
are talking about.
Yes.
Okay, Dante, as you get yourself ready, KK, give me your opinion on that.
You know, for me, I think it's a very unfortunate image of Kenyan football. You know, as much as we say, we tell our fans, let's go out and support our teams. Then we can see even the fight is not from the fans. Now, how will the club come out and tell the fans, don't fight, stop fighting, and the officials are doing it? You know, it's so unfortunate, and it's not even professional from the team, of course, even from the officials themselves. I think such kind of things, they are not supposed to be happening. At least not as we watch. At least if your house, you are having a fight with your wife, you don't go out there showing the world, yes, we are fighting. Deal with your issues there. But coming to tell us, what are we supposed to do about that, you know? It's very unfortunate. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think action should be taken on my side, because we cannot let the officials fight as we watch, and as our fans, we will go and tell them, don't fight. You know, it's just a bad image to me.
True. Hata kama ni federation ifanye kitu.
Yeah.
Hata kama ni federation ifanye kitu. Just reprimand these people, because we've been demanding the fans to behave, and the fans have heed our calls. You know, we are not seeing the hooliganism we are seeing in the game. Imepungua. Now it has moved from the fans to the officials. It can't be happening. Police march on. Actually, msipo karada polisi watachukua hii ligi. All right? Lakini pia Bandari waliniangusha. I expected Bandari to do something. Bandari, mnajiita papa, hamwezi meza samaki. I was not happy.
Bandari is like a kid who has everything.
Yes. All the toys.
Amenunuliwa vitabu zote. All the toys. You know why I say
all the textbooks?
Do you know that
Bandari that bad?
Do you know Bandari's budget is 120 million every year?
Yes.
It is the team that has the highest budget.
Yes.
And it's the team that is performing dismally as far as when you compare to the budget. Bandari is a team that will sign anybody, veterans to that team. You know, it puzzles me that Bandari has never won the league. Yet they have that amount of money. Yet they have that very good, sound financial support from Kenya Ports Authority.
They also have fans.
Yes. No, Bandari has paid fans.
In Coast, not in Nairobi.
Even in Coast, most of their fans. You know, you don't see fans.
The budget you're traveling fans.
Yes.
The budget you're traveling fans.
You know,
no, for traveling it's okay.
No,
at home.
Wait. The control of budget.
Yes.
Is it the control of budget, or there's this officer who normally checks government institution spendings? I think it's the control
of budget. Yeah.
He flagged off some payment that they had, where they spent 9 million on funds.
We need to go, guys.
So what are you telling me?
Okay, Mutiso, I start with you. In 30 seconds, your take on Liverpool and how they are out of every cup other than the Premier League now. And you can also, if you want to mention Arsenal beating Chelsea, which was a non-issue.
Well, I think it was very important for Arsenal to beat Chelsea, because it will be a reflection of our lineup or our setup against Real Madrid in that crunch match, because that's the only realistic chance of Arsenal winning a trophy this season. You know, Arocho.
What are you telling me?
I considered.
What are you saying?
I considered the league.
Finish up.
You know that I considered the league. I considered the league. right now, the only realistic chance of winning a trophy is the Champions League. And we have Real Madrid, a Herculean task. It will not be easy, but this game against Chelsea was a true reflection of what Mikel maybe hopes or is thinking about the game against Real Madrid with him in mind against Chelsea. It was a very good win for Mikel Arteta. And for Liverpool, I think the team lacks character. And I will again reiterate what Arocho said before. Liverpool will not be winning the league because they've been exceptional. They've been swashbuckling since the season began. No, they're winning the league because they have had not any true competitor this season. And the only competitor was Arsenal, but you know what the injuries did to Arsenal, and also
that's an excuse.
Kind of
no. Okay.
No,
that's an excuse.
Give me a red card, Arocho.
My red card goes to Mutiso. My red card goes to Mutiso. Mutiso is lying to us here. When he's using big. Initially, he used to
yes.
No, Mutiso. Wait.
Facts are not excuses.
When Mutiso used to talk about Arsenal initially with big words, I used to tell him, Mutiso, you're going to be reduced to size. But coming back to Arsenal's performance of the weekend, good job.
Yes.
For me, it is just an indication that they're still chasing the league. It has nothing to do with the Champions League because Arsenal will not beat Real Madrid. Guys, when that fixture was set, I said it, that Arsenal are going home. And wait,
never beaten Arsenal.
No. They've never beaten, but okay, they've never beaten Arsenal, but they're going to beat Arsenal. For Liverpool,
30 seconds.
For Liverpool, I think the fatigue is also creeping in. There's a lot of fatigue from these players, and it might affect them with the league, but ultimately they win the league. My red card goes to Kenyan fans.
Yes.
Yesterday, I was disappointed with our fans. We need to support the ladies under 17 team. That team has performed well. There were no people in the stadium. Guys, let's plan that the next time our ladies are playing, we must throng Nyayo National Stadium. We must make the Cameroonians feel the weight of Kenyans in the stadium. Tuje Stadi, Kenya, when we were playing against Cameroon.
Amazing. KK, 30 seconds.
Yes, as I finish, I just find it funny that Mutiso is away in Arsenal with Chelsea when they are facing Madrid. Can you even compare Chelsea with Real Madrid?
No, it was an experiment.
You have 30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, that cut 10 seconds, we are done.
For me, for Liverpool, it's so unfortunate even for Arne Slot. But of course, Liverpool, what they can do this season is win the league, which of course they're going to win.
Okay.
Simply because Manchester City was not in it. Of course, we cannot depend on Arsenal. You know, obviously.
All right, guys. It has been Monday Blitz. Thank you very much for tuning in. We do this again next week, same place, same time. I won't give you my punch because of time. But until next week.